Hey Spuddies, Potato Book Whiskey here and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6 as China in our wheeling, dealing, espionage, spy-based Civ 6 game where we are going for a tourism victory, which feels very much so in character for going for China. However, I am totally cool with a pivot to a diplomatic victory if we could maybe pull that off. Although oh my god, what is going on? That is a lot of stuff. Hey, we met Christina. That's actually kind of big. We are meeting a lot of the civs. In fact, we're only missing one civ, which means we're now generating culture against every single player in the game. And we're generating a decent amount considering the turn of the game that we're on. Let's go ahead and send the delegation to Christina. Send open borders. And we scoot back here. All right, look. We need to hire a man-at-arms. We need to do so much. In a little bit of an awkward situation. A little awkward. Chengdu, my capital, needs one more farm so that it can grow to 11 population, which means it can grow to 10 population without restrictions, and we want to get to 10 pop so we can get the holy site in here and start spreading our religion. It's going to be of critical import. Hercules has done some good work for me today. I would like to place, I think I might build the entertainment complex in Changsha. Yes. So let's go ahead and place the entertainment complex right there, and then we'll move Hercules over to fix that. Can you get out of the way, please? Hercules, step up here. Boom. Entertainment complex completed. Professional sports boosted. But more importantly, that just means the adjacency on these theater squares is really, really high. Go ahead and chop there to finish that. And then you should be able to plop down a very nice little commercial hub. We're going to prioritize the commercial hubs for now because we have really, really good culture. So we don't need even more at this current juncture in the game. Divine right is now complete, which means we can change to monarchy, and we will be changing to monarchy. We're going to be keeping serfdom and colonization. We're going to be plugging in Republican legacy. We're going to be losing urban planning, which doesn't feel good, but we're going to be gaining retainers, and we're going to be gaining bastions. We are going to want to get a garrison in as many of these cities as possible. So the likely thing that I will do is build scouts across my empire and reuse existing scouts. Okay, so the Malians are actually coming down here. So I need to block any of the entrance tiles. So you can see here where there's no cliff. This is one of the only places they can get up. They can only get up over here. So I need to block them from getting up onto the shore until I can get a settler over there. With Divine Right, we now get +1 housing per level of walls and +2 diplomatic favor for every Renaissance wall. So that's going to be something we want to work on. I think we would like to get humanism next so that we can get access to things like art museums. I'd like to build 3 art museums if I could. 3 is a good number. It gives you enough opportunity to theme and fill things out. Or at the very least, 3 feels like a good number to me. 3... It's a magic number. Ooh, I did not mean to levy the city-state, but I will accept that I have done that. Now I have a galley to explore with. I shall pop down another city right here. Perfect. Longxi. We'll go ahead and build this. I have a spearman here somehow. I think that's from Longxi. And we'll send Hercules to go clear out this barb camp. Although I probably won't clear it. I'll just clear out the units. Monument getting worked on in Longxi. That's fine. Another settler has popped out. I would like to yoink this if I could. Can you get to this tile to prevent the landing and you prevent this landing? So he has to go all the way around. There's no way for him to get up. Major flood. Ooh, that's 3 tiles damaged. We now have access to aqueducts. Oof. That feels real bad. At least we can repair the entertainment complex in a single turn. The commercial hub's going to be a 3-turn repair. God, how annoying. I'll let the scout finish before I start to work on that. We managed to get the watermill in Beijing. The city is growing rapidly. Let's get to work on that aqueduct. But before I do that, it's important that I get scouts out for my amenities, my garrison amenities. So I would say the current plan of this episode is going quite well. We're trying to establish our empire, get ourselves in a good position. We need to get rid of you. You need to come forward too. Blast him. We're getting our scouts out to protect our territory and give us amenities. We managed to block off and secure this area to the southwest, which is being competed over with Mali. We want to try and make it so that he can't really settle down here. He might find the occasional gap in our armor to drive a settler blade into. We can't always control 100% of the map, but we can do as much to control as much of the map as possible. I've actually, surprisingly, I've run out of tiles to improve. Not entirely, but I've in terms of my people actually aren't working the tiles that I can improve, if that makes sense. I don't need more tile improvements at this current moment. Ooh, con artist, perfect. Leveled up the spy to level 2. Now he'll steal cash at a better rate. And otherwise, we're just slowly chipping our way through each and every turn. We have really, really good map exploration, a really, really good land. So we're going to continue to expand. We're doing what I call the slow expand, which is where you build just settlers out of your capital while you build infrastructure in the rest of your cities. It's a very, very slow style. I need to block this settler from getting up So he has to go down this way. It's going to be annoying if he settles right there, but I mean, it is what it is. So taking a look at the city of Changsha, 25 turns for a settler versus like 3 or 4 turns in the capital. So there's not really much point in doing this. I will go for a market here. We want those trade routes up nice and early. We really need machinery. We really need shipbuilding. We really need construction. We really need banking. We're very crunched on science right now, which doesn't feel good to me. In fact, I hate it. Let's keep on stealing cash. 90% chance of success rate, 3% chance of being captured or killed. Of course, we all know how Firaxis math works out. XCOM RNG is not something that we're completely unfamiliar with. Now we have access to guilds, giving us industrial zone adjacency. Out of curiosity, do I have the... No, I don't have the culture district adjacency card yet. I don't know why I still have the Great Writer card plugged in. What the hell am I doing? Get that out. Plug in urban planning. Jesus, I can't believe I have that plugged in. That was just a brain fart. Where is the... Yeah, there it is. Medieval fairs. So we want medieval fairs as soon as we can because we have really, really good theatre squares. Lots of culture out of that. Let's repair that market so we can get that trader going. You got a granary. Oh, right. I have 1,000 gold in the bank. That means I should come in here and I should buy a consulate. So now we're generating 10.5 influence per turn. I totally forgot to plug in the envoy, +2 envoy points card. You know, we're playing a little sloppy, being a little bit forgetful. I'll grab naval tradition for the +1 envoy and the ability to change my government. Now, if we're taking a look at Jiaodong, we want both of these tiles. Let's place the commercial hub and we'll slowly get to work on that. You have those down. You're growing slowly. It would be nice if you were growing faster, but there's not much we can do about it for now. How fast can you get a scout? You can get a scout in a few turns. You're repairing. How fast can you get a scout though? You can get a scout in 2 turns, so you could knock me out 2 quick scouts here for amenities. These are worth it in my opinion. They're extremely cheap amenities. Chop there. Governor title. Don't really need anything. We can go for Liang or Moksha. I'm going to take Moksha and pop him into Jiaodong, I guess, or maybe Changsha. Now, Jiaodong is a little bit safer to do. So my religion is spreading, but not nearly fast enough. My cities are outgrowing my ability to spread it from a single city, so we'll have to do a little bit of work there. Let's make sure we get open borders with our friends. It's importante, importante. So I've got open borders with everyone on the map except for the undiscovered player. I love this, by the way. This Super Tax Global Relations thing, it's so handy for checking this. The AI is a little bit upset with me because I'm quote-unquote forward settling them. I'm actually glad that scout was dead. I kept trying to point him to explore away from this barb camp, but he kept just going back to it, and it really annoyed me that he just wouldn't get the hint that he shouldn't go that way. So, you know what? I'm glad. Let's knock out a good few scouts. These have a lot of value for amenities. And the reason I want to build them right now is because they're about to become a lot more expensive. Right now, my scouts are costing me just 30 production, whereas if I was to try and build a skirmisher, that'd be 150 production, which is quite a bit more expensive as a garrison unit. And these units are just here to garrison to give me amenities, bumping up the happiness of all of my cities into happy, giving me 10% extra yields in those cities. Let's sell off all of our luxury, or our gold, our spare luxuries, and then we can go ahead and buy gold. Give me your gold per turn. Excellent. So we're up to 150 gold per turn. Very respectable. We're stealing gold from Mali. Our gold income is crazy. And everything is coming up Millhouse. I think I managed to block this settler enough to where he fecked off home, which is exactly what I was hoping for. So I have a really good opportunity to claim this southwestern area. Let's quickly grab diplomatic service actually. The chancery is a really valuable building, as well as the ability to construct spies. I need to stop off in my capital and grab like my intelligence agency. I need to repair the arena. So I'll finish this settler, grab the intelligence agency, and then see where we stand. All right, that's enough scouts for now. Talking about the city of Beijing, let's grab the aqueduct. We want this city to be the one that triggers the industrial zone bonus. Speaking of city-states, would be good to build a horseman. Could I sneak out a horseman here? I could, only 5 turns. So I'll sneak out a horseman in Beijing. That'll get me an envoy with Antananarivo. This is the improved envoy quest mod. I don't remember. It's envoy quest tracking mod or something. Education, unlikely to do. Cahokia, we could send a trade route. We might get a great engineer. How is the great engineer track looking like? I would love to build up my engineering points. So we're getting machinery, then we're going for buttresses, then we're going for banking. I think that's the pathway. No, machinery, buttress, stirrups, banking. That order. There's no point in harvesting here this turn because we're building a scout and not anything of importance. So there's no reason to harvest. I don't actually want to clear this barb camp, so I'm happy to just like threaten it. Let's go ahead and place the theater square here in Jiaodong. I need to get the theater square adjacency card plugged in. I need to get these theater squares down as well. I think it's about time we started building them again. We did get the market in Shanghai. I will go ahead and grab... Yeah, I'll get to work on these trade routes. Let's clear out this barb camp as we planned. My poor little spearman from the city-state that I managed to capture. It's going well. We'll harvest here. We do want to finish that theatre square nice and quick. And we'll harvest here because we want to finish that market nice and quick. Speaking of trade routes, we don't have any right now. We still haven't managed to boost up. Let's go ahead and settle you in place. We'll bring this little scout over to protect you. You are going to go ahead and immediately build... I forgot to research celestial navigation. Okay, so we're going to go for machinery into celestial navigation, into buttresses, into stirrups for the +1 food on pastures, because I have a decent amount of pastures in my empire, and then we'll head forward towards banking. So we're like we're retooling every now and again. We do a little chopping. The number of people living in your empire is truly impressive. So he likes how populous my empire is. We are top culture, we're not top science. I would have been top science had I been playing Void Singers, you jerks. So this is an interesting quandary. There's a little settler coming along here, but we are friends with the Malian Empire, and we don't want him... Okay, he's retreating because we blocked his passage. Excellent. It's exactly what we were hoping for. And a huge Haboob dust storm just came through here and just obliterated that barb camp, which is kind of neat. You fortify in this city. Let's go ahead and get started on the market. That's +6 gold and a trade route. Perhaps, well, what is the status of settlers? 26 turns is a very long time for a settler in here. We could maybe start building some builders. I think the trade routes are too good, I think, long term. Eventually, yeah, we'll be starting to plug in Vissel banking, which means we want to be trading. We want to be trading as much as we can. Mostly with Venice, although if we could get Cahokia under our wing, I'd be really happy. Let's see if we can yoink Antananarivo, because right now that's worth 4% science, or 4% culture for us. I'll also take suzerainty of Cahokia for the era score. We're up to 67. I need to build a Great Wall, and I need to build a Crouching Tiger. We'll have to see when, where, and how we can do all those. So we have a giga-huge empire, which I'm quite proud of. Let's place the commercial hub in Yiyang, and then we will come in here and chomp this, I think. There's a drought in progress, so I can't repair the farm. That's okay. Really need you to get to 10 population so I can spread my religion. Becoming a little bit of a problem. Can I prevent this city from growing? Hang on. If I tell it to avoid everything, I can prevent the city from growing. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because if I prevent the city from growing, in 3 turns, there'll be enough Taoism pressure to convert this city. That'll get me +2 era score, and more importantly, this city will then project +1 pressure onto my other cities. But the lack of a holy site is actually really becoming a crisis for me. It's become a crisis. Righty-o. So the market is completed in here. The obvious thing then is to get a trader, but I'm going to go ahead and buy the trader. I wonder if I can make a trade route to Cahokia from Taiyuan, so I'll give that a go. We do have the amphitheater as an option in Handan. The era is ending soon. We need to be prepared. I'm not loving the situation we're in our capital. I've talked about that before. 14-turn settler in Handan is actually within the realms of reasonability, so we'll go for that 14-turn settler, and then we'll maybe go for an amphitheater after that. The sooner we can crank out those settlers, the better. It would have been nice to... Actually, this is actually a point in the game where I could consider moving Magnus out of the capital city. And if I were to move him to, like, Xi'an, I could maybe chop stuff out. So let's go ahead and get that underway. Magnus over here, and then we'll go ahead and grab Pingala and put him into the capital, because the capital is worth more population and therefore more science and culture. It's time to do a transition away from a one-city settler construction to chopping them out in the outer rim. Now, in order to do that, I do need to chop a jungle in order to grow this to 2 population. It'll be quite an expensive setup, but it will be worth it, I think. We have a market completed in Shanghai. This is where we consider buying another builder or another trader. I wonder if we can reach the city of Nazca, or even potentially just one of these Malian cities from here. I would like to trade with everyone. Trade routes are good. The city of Shanghai hit a population milestone. We'll go ahead, or rather, it will hit a population milestone, so we're going to go ahead and get started on a builder. A 16-turn settler is also actually totally reasonable here. And then this will probably be the last settling phase of the game for me. I would really like another builder out of Yiyang, so I'm going to slowly chop this out as I improve the city. And I think I'm going to go ahead and disperse this clan for 3 era score. Perfect. Ooh, there's another barb camp down here. I could hire man-at-arms. I think, what do I want to use my gold for? Let's keep selling stuff off to the AI as we buy our own luxuries that we can get our hands on. Perfect. And then we will keep taking GPT from the AI hungrily hoovering up as much cash as we possibly can. Let's go ahead and promote this spy again. Counter spy is a good one. So he's actually a pretty good counter spy for me if I were to bring him home. He counter spies at a higher level, and if he's in my home territory, he makes all other spies +1 level, which is quite strong. I'm going to go ahead and accept sailing. I will go ahead and declare friendship with Inca. I will declare friendship with Hammurabi. I don't necessarily want to get alliances with these players just yet, but friendships will mean that they can't go to war with me. We can trade with Nazca, which is incredible. That's going to be a +1 envoy with them, as well as +8 gold per turn, which I'm very, very happy about. It's a decent trade route too. Goes through a lot of territory. You need to retreat. Keep yourself safe. We will wait for Magnus to establish here before we start chopping. Your goal was to trade with Cahokia. Sadly, you can't quite make that. We might have to wait until we can get another settler out here to the east. Actually, I think the trade route with Cahokia is so important that I might prioritize it. Being suzerain of these city-states. Oh, shit. I forgot that I was supposed to build Kilwa. What if I built it here instead? I could chop it out with Magnus. Yeah, let's do it. We'll chop it out here instead. When we get diplomatic service, we'll redo our government slightly. There is a horseman. A good garrison unit that we can make use of. We got a granary over here in Longshis. The city will grow rather quickly. We're about to get celestial navigation. This could be another justified builder in here, I feel. This city converted, which means now it's starting to convert my other cities a lot quicker. See here, we're getting +5. That's era score. Excellent. Longshi. I don't want it to continue to grow. Well, actually, now that it's established, I don't care if it grows. It's fine. But it might be nice to maybe get a holy site in here. There's still a really good commercial hub that we should get, especially if we're going for banking. I'm going to put this trade route into Xi'an and trade potentially with the capital. I'm going to just look for production here. If it means I can get Kilwa sooner, I will do it. So production, trade with Shanghai. It seems quite good. 3 production from that trade route. That's okay with me. I'll upgrade a skirmisher and a skirmisher to fight off the skirmisher coming from that barb camp. Hopefully that'll be enough. Cahokia amount is +1 housing. Let's do it. It's also an amenity if I remember correctly. So we'll get that Cahokia amount. And now my capital will hit 10 population relatively quickly. I'm going to even prioritize the holy site over the intelligence agency. That's how important a golden age is to me right now. Let's place the theater square and get started on it. We're waiting for Magnus to be established here. You're fine. We now have access to celestial navigation. That's fantastic. In particular in the city Xi'an, we're going to go ahead and place that. Although we won't completely do it. Magnus is almost established. Good news. Right, +1 era score from reaching 10 population as well as diplomatic service. Now we're going to make a little bit of a change to diplomatic service. We're going to drop out diplomatic league. We're going to plug in Visselbanken. We would really like to have charismatic leader over urban planning even, I think. We also need to get Gothic architecture. It's really hard to plug this in. I would think I would plug it in over this. And if we could get... Yeah, I think that's going to be how we do things. Honestly, this is better, I think, for now. But we'll retool the government in a little while when we have a little bit more room. That 15% production towards wonders will work wonders. Right, so Kilwa is ready. I don't have Liang. I can sell off a little bit of resources to buy a builder. That's what I was trying to say. Let's get rid of all of these. Don't need them. And then we come into Xi'an. We buy another builder. And then we can start chopping. Boom. 52 turns left. We can get that down, I think. Diplomatic service with the Chancery. We will want that Chancery. We'll need to save for it. I think it'll be about 1,000 gold. Yeah, 1,160 gold. That'll get us another 3 influence per turn. That'll bring us up to a very healthy, +4.5 on top of this. So 18 influence per turn. Very, very strong. Let's head towards humanism. It would be nice to start picking up archaeological museums and art museums and all that sort of jazz. We are up over 100 culture per turn, which is feeling pretty good. Shipbuilding is completed, so I think we can embark now. We're about to get buttresses from dams. We do have a couple of dams that we would like to build. We're all happy. You're fortifying. You're improving the city to make sure that it can build. We're keeping things on track. Kilwa in 36 turns now. You're going to go ahead and place a mine here. Excellent. Really, really high production city. Jenny was settled over here. I'm happy with where Jenny is settled. Or Jen. We got the granary in Taiyuan. There's a really good holy site on both sides of this. Genuinely incredible. +4 from Natural Wonders, +6, plus another 2 from Pamukkala. These are definite holy site cities. If I move this settler 1, 2, 3 tiles over here, it can get another +6 holy site. I think I will go for that. My capital is 10 population. Let's get our holy site right here, right now. I need it ASAP because the era could end before I build it. So it needs to be constructed now. Let's chop down to 35 turns, move over here. 35 turns on the Kilwa. It's a huge deal if we can get Kilwa, like it's game defining. Step away, become a skirmisher. Move this skirmisher to here to protect. We'll put down a mine. 25 turns. Chop, 22 turns. Perfect. We're accelerating it at an incredible pace. You got your aqueduct. Let's place the commercial hub. Perfect. Buttress in 1 turn. So what can you spend like 1 turn doing? Ooh, I need to get a crouching tiger. I need to get a crouching tiger. I need to spread my religion. Go ahead and get me a crouching tiger. That's +4 era score. And I need to build a great wall somewhere. I have a builder charge knocking around. Not really. I can use this guy for it. I'll move him back this way. I really just don't want to head into the next era without the ability to spread my religion. We just stole 1,000 gold. Nice. There's buttresses. We can get a second spy. We can plug in Machiavellianism. We will probably do that. This guy's max level. Continue to steal cash from me. 1,000 gold in the bank. That means I can come into Shanghai, purchase a chancery. It means I can send this guy back because I should be able to now purchase a builder in the capital and do that thing that I was looking to do. Governor title. Grab Liang. Liang's a good grab. We'll put her into Handan. We can get builders out of there. We've got 3 envoys in the bank. It'd be nice to start building up relationships with places like Jerusalem. In fact, it would be nice to have Jerusalem so we can have passive spread. Basically, Jerusalem turns every city with a holy site into a holy city when it comes to religion spreading. Right, I think we've got this scout on lockdown. We've got him surrounded. He can't escape. We're continuing to chop here. Let's make sure the right tiles are owned by the right cities before we chop. We chop there. That's 11 turns now on the Kilwa. Very, very fast Kilwa. Very happy with that. We got the market in Changsha. Let's grab the arena to try and boost up amenities. This will eventually become a zoo. I mean, eventually, I say, when I'm only a few turns away from getting natural history, which is when the zoo unlocks over here, which will give +1 amenity to all cities within 6 tiles of this entertainment complex, which is a decent amount of cities. A little bit of overlap between these two, so it's not like the most amazing one. But if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I was planning on putting a city down here if I can. There was something I need to build. I need to build spies somewhere. You can quickly repair that farm, and then we'll go ahead and do a little great walling. Actually, the great wall has to be on the edge of our territory. I don't have very good great wall tiles. I might just pop a great wall down here for the era score. We will be able to get to 81 fairly easily. There's the theater square popped. Let's start getting our amphitheaters up. That's going to represent a lot of culture, but also a lot of great people points, especially because the active effects of not gaining great writer points is about to go away. And so we really want to be ahead of the curve on that one. Hercules has a lifespan of 1, so I'm just going to throw him into the musketman and to get his relic. We've got 2 relics right now, giving us a little bit of culture, a little bit of tourism, a little bit of faith. Not terrible. Very nice. Himiko just died as well, getting us another relic. I've got 3 envoys in the bank. We're starting to meet more people. This is really quite good. I would like to levy Antananarivo actually. We've got 12 turns at least in the next era. Let's make sure this scout guy can't get away. We managed to get the kill. Perfect. You are settling here because we're going to pay money to buy this tile and go for really, really powerful holy sites. Not before we get the monument and the granary though. Those are important enough to prioritize. Minor victory, yep, potentially kill. Looking forward to this city-state developing. Really, really quite happy with that. Let's just place a great wall for the +4 era score. Excellent, we're up to 83. The crouching tiger should put us up to 87, and then a little bit of religion spread with a holy site should put us up well over the 90 mark. So I am quite happy actually about the current standing of our game. Another Cahokia amount. Every city should probably have 2 Cahokia amounts if I can manage. That is because if I go and show you Cahokia amounts, we do have stirrups by the way, which gives us +1 food on our pastures. That'll help continue to keep our growth momentum up. But if we take a look at Cahokia amounts, +3 gold, the most important part is city receive +1 amenity from the first Cahokia amount, and when you've got natural history, which we're not too far away, you'll get a second amenity. So we're going to want to start building Cahokia amounts on our crappy flatland tiles all around our empire to make sure that every city has 2, because +2 amenities is really quite a lot of amenities. Can I get the kill here? Just about not, so we'll leave him be. Let's hire a musketman here so we can get that kill. I'm willing to spend money for stuff like that. Plus, killing a unit with a musketman actually gets you the boost for square rigging, which is a tiny bit of science off the game, which is quite helpful. And we will build a mine. Do we want to build a great wall here? No, we want to build a mine. We want to get the Kilwa faster. But in some of these newer and fresher cities, we will probably be spamming great walls. So let's kind of like start to think about that. Tundra tiles aren't particularly useful, but you can make good use of them to make great walls. So if we surround the city of Chengdu like this in a great wall, probably wants to have a... Well, these cities, it doesn't matter what they build. The holy site is fine, and then if it just has great walls, that's okay. If I could redirect this, the best thing to do is to make sure that the wall has turns and kinks in it. It makes it way more efficient. All right, we're starting to look at a really nice great wall here. Snakes its way around these cities. It'll come down into the tundra. I'm thinking about settling. How am I going to settle this? It's probably going to be a city right there. And I'm thinking about how I want to settle this because I need to think about my national parks. So if the wall comes down this way, That's totally reasonable. And if I settle another city here, 1, 2, 3. I settle another city here, 1, 2, 3. Means I can settle somewhere on these 2 tiles. I'll probably settle like here. And then if I could squeeze in national parks like this, have the wall. Well, this would be a great preserve tile. I'll have the wall come all the way around like so. Potentially a preserve here on that tile. And then the wall wants to loop into a little veiny, circle-y thingy. I don't know how to describe, like a curve. That's the word I was looking, like a hook. It wants to hook around. And then this should be an astronomical amount of tourism. Just a really nice Great Wall. Tons of national parks. We could probably even squeeze in more national parks depending on how the old border situation works out. But this is the plan. This is the play. In the upcoming phase of the game, when we start settling all this stuff in here, that's what the builders are going to be used for. Speaking of which, let's get started on that. 10 turns until the medieval era is over. I need to convert 3 cities in order to guarantee a golden age. So my holy site is just about on time. I'm really glad I switched away from the intelligence agency. I think it might have been late if I hadn't done that. We are now earning great rider points. So that's going to change the game a little bit. I'll vote for myself twice. And then I would like trade routes to trade city-states to be better. So I'll put 5 votes in there. 5 seems like a reasonable amount. Okay, trade city-states did in fact work because I am trading with a trade city-state, which I'm quite happy to do. And then I need to save my gold to buy the holy site buildings. I've got another settler out. Let's get this one down. You step here, harvest that. Settler. You can start making builders. Although I would really like to make the dam and the aqueduct in here first. Place the dam. Let's place the aqueduct. I'm going to go dam first, then aqueduct, then industrial zone. That'll be the order. Handan will be quite busy for a while. We could buy the occasional builder in here. In fact, I'll buy a builder to help out with the Great Wall construction. We managed to build a theater square down here in Jiaodong. I'm going to go ahead and prioritize the amphitheater purely because I want the culture and the ability to get a great rider sooner. We did also get Kilwa. Perfect. +3 envoys. That's fantastic. That's going to give us a 15% boost in Xi'an if we're suzerain of a city-state type. So if we're suzerain of a culture city-state, you get a 15% boost in this city. If you're suzerain of a faith city-state, you get a 50% boost in here. If we're suzerain of 2 of the same type, it's a 15% boost empire-wide. It's an incredibly powerful and useful wonder. In particular, right, if you read all that text, in particular because we are going to be suzerain of 2 cultural city-states, which means across my empire, if I hover over this thing, you can see we're getting a 30% boost, 10% from amenities, 15% from Pingala, and 15% from the Kilwa. And just every single one of my cities now is getting a 15% boost plus a 10% boost from amenities. So our cities are getting a 25% boost to their culture and potentially other yields when we get around to it, which is as if, you know, every 4 turns, they get to take an extra turn. That's the way to think about that. That's how powerful that is. Imagine if you were acting 25% faster than another player. Like you would win the game. You're just ahead. And actually, believe it or not, because we built that wonder, we don't actually need to spread our religion. But I would like to spread my religion because I think I might be able to squeeze out a few extra wonders in the late game, which I think would be quite good yields for me. Now that we have humanism, we can get to work on our art museums. I would like to head towards colonialism, civil engineering, mercantilism, all this sort of stuff. This is kind of like the late game direction we want to push towards. So where is a good theatre square for you? There's a +2 theatre square. We'll slap that down, but I would rather get the granary and then the harbour because the city is housing capped, so it needs a little bit of housing. Actually, the granary won't actually help the city. So we'll go harbour first because the lighthouse will. Even if we added 2 housing to Xi'an now, it wouldn't be able to grow, so it doesn't matter that we add more housing. I need to start thinking about building my walls. We are now in a golden age, right? Secured. Let's go ahead and we could faith purchase Anansi if we wanted to use them again. I don't know if we do want to use them again. Could be a way to accelerate our game, but I think I would like to faith buy a shrine and get myself a couple missionaries to spread my religion so that we can secure the future. But I tell you what, this is as good as a place as any to hit our stopping point here. We have a massive plan to go forward with. We just need to research castles and siege tactics. So that'll probably be what we do after banking so that we can start getting our highly upgraded walls. But once we have banking, we'll be able to build a gilded vault. We'll be able to start building up our culture to an insane degree. Our culture is honestly already kind of insane about how far ahead we are of the AI. But it's going to get even more insane. Our science is a little bit behind, but that's fine, because we don't need to be ahead on science when you're in a culture victory. We just need to generate more tourism, and we are already starting to generate tourists. So as long as we can keep pumping and cranking. One thing that is unfortunate though is we are going to need to get to flight relatively quickly, so we'll have to figure out a way to get science to get there. But that is a problem for Potato McWhiskey in the next episode. For me right now, I'm just going to say I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.